Welcome back to the Sports News Analysis YouTube channel. My name is Mike. Guys, I'm recapping the Thursday night football game here, which was played in St. Louis between the 49ers and the Rams. The 49ers winning this game by a score of 35-11. And, it was the 49ers pretty much getting back to their roots. I mean, they rushed for over 200 yards, led up less than 20 yards on the ground to the Rams. And really right from the beginning of the game, it was pretty evident that their game plan was to try to physically take it to the Rams. And eventually, they were able to break through and do that in a big way with Frank Gore going over 150 yards on the ground, Kendall Hunter contributing with over 40 yards and a touchdown as well. And I thought the key to this game, all right, was right before the half and right after halftime. Yeah, the score was 7-3 San Francisco at the end of the first half. The Rams were driving, got all the way to the red zone, and on a third down, Sam Bradford threw an interception in the end zone to Dante Whitner. From there, the 49ers go back the other way, 80 yards. The drive is capped off by a Frank Gore 34-yard touchdown run with about 35 seconds left in the first half to make it 14-3. They go into the locker room 14-3. They come out. The 49ers, if you remember, on the first possession, Alec Ogletree stripped Frank Gore to give the Rams, and the Rams recovered the fumble to give the 49ers the Rams very good field position. The Rams couldn't do anything with the field position, punted the ball back to the 49ers, and now the 49ers came back and went on a long drive to make the score 21-3, and I thought that was pretty much all she wrote for the Rams. So the Rams in the second half of this game did have a chance to get back in it here, couldn't take advantage, and from a Rams standpoint, look, you rushed for less than 20 yards, which unfortunately them not running the ball effectively is becoming a trend now. It's happened for the first 3 games. Sam Bradford in that offense, they don't take any chances down the field. I mean, if you watch, they seem like they have pretty decent weapons, whether it's Givens, obviously Tavon Austin Pettis, Jared Cook at tight end. They don't take the necessary shots down the field. It's very much a short to intermediate passing game, which takes no chances. And that's sort of a hallmark of the Brian Schottenheimer offense. He has some weapons to work with here. I think they need to open it up a little bit. To get some of these guys involved. I mean, by the time they end up getting the Tavon Austins involved, for instance, he had 1 catch for 2 yards in the first half. Why isn't he integrated a little bit more, in the game plan at the beginning? Although the Rams didn't get off to a very slow start, still, it depends on what you gauge to a slow start. If you take no chances and your defense plays decent, well, then yeah, you'll keep it close for the first half. But you saw as the game went on, and that San Francisco running game put continuous pressure on that St. Louis defense. The defense wilted, and the offense pretty much had no answer for a San Francisco defense that, let's give them credit, they did hold them to under 20 yards. They were playing without Patrick Willis, obviously, who's the leader of that defense. I thought you saw some guys step in his place, most notably Navarro Bowman in that leadership role, and really flourish. I like what I also saw on the offensive side of the ball from the 49ers with Kaepernick. There's going to be games where Kaepernick just lights it up and plays unbelievably, both on the ground and with his legs. But then there's going to be games where they just need him to manage the game, okay, and not make the big mistake. And I think this game fell in that category. And the fact that he stayed within himself, I like the designs that Greg Roman used, getting him out on the edge, not necessarily always from the read option either, from conventional under center or in the shotgun, getting him on the edge, moving the pocket, giving him 2 or 3 defined reads he could look at in a very short area to really make good decisions. And I like what I saw from Kaepernick. And your life is made easier certainly when you have an offensive line that really got back to being physical. They rushed for over 200 yards, as I said before. And look, I think the 49ers will be just fine moving forward. They're only going to get better as they get some of their injured players back here as the season progresses. Most notably Willis, who will hopefully be back next week with the long rest that they have. But look, the Rams, I think, are the real story from this game because, the whole thing was, well, they play really good against the NFC West. They're really competitive in the division, and their defensive line is good. That's what you heard coming into the season. And quite frankly, their defense hasn't been very good. They've let up over 70 points the last 2 weeks. And, they got trounced by the 49ers, and then they look worse than they were last year. So definitely some problems in St. Louis. We'll see how those get sorted out. San Francisco looks like they're back to their winning ways. We'll see where that takes them from here. Still looking forward to them playing a better team and seeing how they respond. But good win for the 49ers. Bad loss for the Rams. Not that they lost because I expected them to lose, but I just think the way they lost. Let me know what you guys think. Hit me up in the YouTube comments. Hit me up on Twitter at SNewsAnalysis. Guys, be sure to subscribe to my channel and be sure to check out my other Week 4 previews. I preview every game every week, and I try to recap as many of them as I can as well, and I'm always talking about the news of the day. So be sure to subscribe. Thanks again for listening, and have a great night.